Hey guys, here to give away another free college basketball pick. I'm gonna have a few picks for you today, or for tomorrow for that matter, that I'll do through these videos. Before I dive into the pick I'm gonna have for Kansas State, Kansas, which this video is gonna be on, I want to just quickly address the Colgate Lehigh game that I gave out uh, yesterday. Colgate was getting 5.5, and they ended up winning by over 20 as a live dog. So I feel like some of you might say to yourselves, "Oh, well, why wouldn't that outcome? They were up 30 in the first half. Why wouldn't you have wanted to bet more?" I want to be clear about something, guys. There is nobody that knows everything. There is nobody that I don't care what you hear, what other people are telling you, what somebody's buddy's telling you about a guy he's listening to. You in this industry, you are looking for targetable spots based on numbers. Okay, I saw the number of 5.5, had it capped at 2.5. I mean, had it capped at really 2.5. So I felt like I was getting an extra three freebies. The fact that Colgate went out and blew out Lehigh for their first season sweep, uh, probably in forever, against Lehigh. To me, after the fact, it doesn't mean anything to me. Obviously, I'll jot down the notes and how they played. Look, Colgate shot really well. What I really liked was the number I was getting, and going forward, that's what I want to preach to you guys. It's always about looking for the right number. After the fact, you can always grade yourself accordingly and properly. But a win like that, I'm not going to sit here and go, "Oh my God, called that easy winner." While it was, that's not what I'm about. On this channel, we're always looking for the best number and key spots to bet where we're going to be in favorable situations. And that was one of them. Happened to work out really well, but I want to be clear that, no, I didn't, I didn't think they were going to win by 20 or have a 30-point lead, at the half. Well, obviously, great game by Colgate, but I wanted to just make sure that message is clear to you guys, because I feel like everybody's looking to follow the next hottest tout, and it's all there's so much mush in this industry, and I want to make sure that everybody understands, the integrity we're trying to bring with this channel, and just trying to point you guys in the right direction, keep everybody's heads where it should be, and just realize that I'm giving you perspectives. I make my own lines, and when I see certain numbers that are about 3 or 4 points off, I'm gonna pound them, because again, that's what we're looking for. So without further ado, I'm gonna have a few games for you today. For tomorrow, this video will be Kansas State, Kansas. Now, Kansas traveling over to play Kansas State. And before, Kansas's most recent big win against Texas Tech, the argument could have been made that this is the beginning of the end of, these Big 12 titles for Kansas. And I believe we still could make that argument. My issue with the Jayhawks this year versus recently is their road woes. This is typically a team, obviously very well coached, that, is built to play on the road. And they have the typical studs they usually have. They have good players, but they are just not closing games out on the road. 1-5 to date on the road, and being ranked 13, which I believe obviously they will be slowly going down after these few most recent losses. Gets to travel to Kansas State, who arguably has been the best team in the Big 12 this season. Now, I know, and specifically, when Dean Wade is playing. I mean, Dean Wade's a complete game changer for them. Now, what people might not know about Kansas State is they've been arguably one of the best defensive teams in the country. Not just the Big 12, in the country. I'm talking adjusted defensive efficiency via KenPom. They're ranked 5th. Just to put it into perspective, Virginia's ranked 2, Duke's 4, Kansas State's 5. That's a big deal. Kansas State is really good defensively, and they're even better defensively at home. So when a team like Kansas, who's been struggling, goes in here to play Kansas State, and I'm looking at the line now. Kansas State -1, total 130. I love Kansas State. I think that Kansas is getting the respect they're getting because they're Kansas, and there's no other rhyme or reason. I have this line capped at 3.5 in favor of Kansas State. Obviously, the books will never make this 3.5, because if they did, the public would be an outcry of money on Kansas just because it's Kansas. Here, like I said, you're getting an adjusted line based on a name. Kansas State has been a better team than Kansas, especially over the last few weeks. I mean, Kansas State is a very hot team. They had a little bump in the road recently with one of their losses, but outside of that, they have been rolling, especially with Dean Wade. I love them in this spot defensively to really slow down Kansas. And if you don't believe they're going to slow down Kansas, look at this total. It's 130. Okay, this game is going to be played in the 60s. This game will be played in the 60s, which is exactly what Kansas State wants. And, for me, this line is way too minimal. Like I said, I would lay 3.5 here. This is a real big spot for Kansas State to really prove how good they are. Strength of schedule leans in favor of Kansas. Kansas has had a really tough schedule, but they have not, I repeat, not have been good on the road at all. And I definitely expect those road woes to continue tomorrow night. So, like I said, love Kansas State here. Laying the one. If you get it at a better line, even better for yourself. I can't confirm or deny what way this line will move because, again, the public money might come in on Kansas, but you just never know. I believe this line will filter maybe between -1.5 and pick over the next 24 hours. You might be able to get a better line, but again, I wouldn't risk it. One is a solid number for here because they just have to win, obviously, only by one. You could even money line it. That'll probably be like -115 or so. Look, guys, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be providing daily content for you guys in college basketball. I'll even work with some of my other guys to get you some NBA content as well. So again, thanks for watching the video. Kansas State -1 against Kansas tomorrow night. Good luck to us, and thanks again.